Today, you will learn why China wants a new route and which countries it will pass through, and why the Silk Road ceased to exist. And what will be the new route, the Silk Road, a name that evokes mystery and adventure. It wasn't one road, but a network of paths. Imagine camels laden with silk, spices, and jewels, trekking across vast landscapes. This is the image the Silk Road brings to mind. The Silk Road began over 2,000 years ago. It started with the Han Dynasty in China, wanting to connect with the West. People traveled from China all the way to Europe and Africa. The Silk Road was a bridge between East and West. The Silk Road wasn't built in a day. It grew over time. New routes were added as explorers ventured further. The Silk Road wasn't just one path, but a network of roads connecting many different places. Why China wants a new route? Isn't it easier to go by sea? Well, look at the map. India, as everyone knows, is the main competitor of China, and in case of conflict, India will close the passage, and Chinese economy will go down. And the alternative option is its salvation. So even though it is cheaper by sea, but by train is safer. It is beneficial to all in Kazakhstan and China, and the president of Kazakhstan personally knows well with China. The Silk Road was more than just a trade route. It was a link between different cultures. People from different lands met and exchanged ideas. Imagine merchants from China meeting Roman traders, sharing stories and goods. The Silk Road fostered understanding and cooperation. It wasn't always peaceful, but it encouraged dialogue between different worlds. This exchange of ideas was as important as the trade of goods. This exchange of knowledge was significant. For example, papermaking traveled from China to the West via the Silk Road. Can you imagine a world without paper? The Silk Road was a conduit for exotic goods. Imagine caravans laden with exquisite silk from China, its vibrant colors dazzling under the desert sun. From the east came silk, tea, and porcelain. These were highly prized in the West. Spices like cinnamon, cloves, and pepper traveled west. These spices added flavor to food and were used in medicine. The West, in turn, traded horses, glassware, and textiles. These goods were not just traded for profit. They were gifts for kings and queens, showcasing the finest crafts from distant lands. Each item had a story to tell, a journey etched into its very existence. The Silk. The Silk Road wasn't just about trading goods, it was a highway for ideas and beliefs. Religions like Buddhism spread from India to China along the Silk Road. Buddhist Monroad facilitated the exchange of knowledge in diverse fields. Astronomy, mathematics, and medicine were shared and developed further. The Silk Road enriched the lives of people along its route, not just materially, but intellectually. The journey begins. From Chang'an to Dunhuang. Our journey on the Silk Road begins in Chang'an, the ancient capital of China. Imagine a bustling city alive with merchants and artisans. Chang'an was the eastern gateway of the Silk Road. From Chang'an, caravans traveled west, braving the treacherous path ahead. The journey was long and arduous, filled with challenges. Dunhuang, an oasis town, was a welcome sight for weary travelers. Dunhuang was more than just a resting place. It was a center of art and religion. The Mogo Caves near Dunhuang are home to thousands of Buddhist sculptures and paintings. These caves are a testament to the cultural exchange that flourished along the Silk Road. Through mountains and deserts, Central Asia, the journey continued westward through the Pamir Mountains. Imagine towering peaks and narrow passes, a test of human endurance. The Silk Road crossed treacherous mountains and vast deserts. Central Asia, with its bustling cities like Samarkand and Bukhara, awaited. These cities were not just centers of trade, but also of learning and culture. Samarkand, known for its magnificent mosques and madrasas, was a key stop on the Silk Road. Here, traders bartered for exotic goods in bustling bazaars. Scholars from different lands debated philosophy and astronomy in grand libraries, Persia and beyond. From Central Asia, the Silk Road branched out, reaching Persia and beyond. Imagine the Persian Empire, a land of opulence and grandeur, its bazaars overflowing with spices and silks. The Silk Road brought great wealth to the Persian Empire. The routes continued towards Europe, reaching Constantinople, the grand capital of the Byzantine Empire. Here, the treasures of the East were traded for the goods of the West. The Silk Road connected the Roman Empire with the Han Dynasty. It allowed for the exchange of ideas, culture, and technology. The impact of this exchange is still felt today. End of an era? As time passed, the Silk Road faced challenges. New sea routes were discovered. This made it easier and cheaper to transport goods. The Silk Road was no longer the only way to travel between East and West. By the 15th century, the Silk Road's importance declined, marking the end of an era. Political instability and conflict also disrupted trade along the routes. The once bustling Silk Road fell silent, but its legacy lived on. Even though the Silk Road declined, its influence continued. It left behind a rich tapestry of cultural exchange that continues to shape our world. Legacy of the Silk Road. The Silk Road may be a thing of the past, but its legacy lives on. It reminds us of the power of connection. The Silk Road fostered cultural exchange and understanding between East and West. Today, the spirit of the Silk Road is being revived. New initiatives aim to recreate the ancient routes, promoting trade and tourism. This time, the focus is on sustainability and cultural preservation. The Silk Road is a testament to human ingenuity and our desire to connect with one another. It serves as a reminder that the world is interconnected and that we have much to learn from each other.